Hey, my Liptons. I want to come through with a video, so a little bit of pop culture news. But before I start, I want y'all to please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. We're almost at 700 subscribers. The goal is to get up to 1,000 subscribers. And I thank y'all. For the ones that are here, thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. But yes, so I do want to talk about this. I do want to talk about Taylor Swift. We're going to be talking about Taylor Swift in this video. We're going to talk about, the Kim Kanye, Taylor Swift situation. We're also going to discuss Diddy very briefly because I feel like I said what I need to say about Diddy. With this whole new thing that just came out, I'm just talk about it briefly, and last I'm going to talk about Ariana Grande. But first, let me talk about Taylor Swift. Let me tell you something. I like this new energy Taylor Swift is on. I don't know. Even though, I'm not, like a huge fan of her, like a stan like that. I am a casual when it comes to her. I'm a casual fan. Like I like a few of her songs. But I did notice that there's been a little bit of a shift when it comes to Taylor Swift and her attitude. You know what I mean? Like she's just like, you know what? Fuck this good girl image a little bit. I mean, not completely. She, took a little Band-Aid off of this. You know what? I'm gonna come in here with a new, different kind of vibe, a different kind of mood, a different kind of attitude, and y'all just gonna have to accept it. Ever since she did that interview, I forgot which interview it was. I think it was like Good Morning America or something. I think she did an interview with like Robin Roberts, and she was talking about like forgiveness and things like that. And she was like, "Listen, you don't have to forgive none of these hoes," and I'm paraphrasing. You don't have to forgive none of these people. Fuck them. Like you could always be mad at them. It is what it is. So she's definitely been on a different path for the past few years, especially concerning Scooter Braun, the Kanye situation that is like an ongoing thing. So she was Time Magazine's Person of the Year, I guess. So so a part of the interview, I gotta talk about the messy parts. Y'all know me. Gotta talk about the messy parts, okay? We need to get these views up. like I said before, subscribe to the channel, okay? It says here that Taylor Swift says the feud with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian felt like a career death, and I went down really, really hard. Now, before I get into it, I did read the whole article. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Pertaining to this particular situation, that Taylor discussed, while yes, like there's some parts where it's like, okay, her feelings are valid and things like that. But there are some other parts where I was just like, girl, it was just like a little bit too overdramatic for me. And it's like, in a way, I get it because I remember that time when the whole situation happened and, how people were taking sides and people were saying, okay, well, she's a snake and this and that. It was a whole thing. But okay, let's just read the article first, and then I'm going to talk about what I'm talking about right here. So, in the article, I'm just going to her quotes. She said here, she explained to the outlet that the moment the public's reaction felt like a career death and took her down psychologically to a place she'd never been before. Make no mistake, my career was taken away from me, the Cruel Summer singer said. You have fully manufactured frame job and in an illegal recorded phone call which Kim Kardashian edited and then put out to say to everyone I was a liar, she recalled. That took me down psychologically to a place I'd never been before. The Grammy Award winner continued. I moved to a foreign country. I didn't leave a rental house for a year. I was afraid to get on phone calls. I pushed away most people in my life because I didn't trust anyone anymore. I went down really, really hard. Even before the feud with West and Kardashian, the Karma musician described feeling like she was in a vulnerable place in her career after some began describing her as overexposed in the years following the release of 1989. She said, I had all the hyenas climb on and take their shots. After she responded to the viral moment in which many called her a snake by releasing the revenge-themed Reputation, which I still think is... And listen, Christina, shout out to Christina, okay? I need to subscribe to Christina on this channel. I listened to Reputation, and there's a side note. Christina, I listened to Reputation again. Girl, I don't know. I'm still not feeling it. There's only 2 songs I like off that album. I only like Delicate and Endgame. Those are my 2 songs that I love on that album. But either way, she continues to struggle with the reaction she received. I thought that moment of backlash was going to define me negatively for the rest of my life, the hitmaker said of the critical response to the 2017 project. Ultimately, she told Time she has learned to focus on her work, persevere as an artist. I'm careful to be grateful, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And this is the part where she was like, this is where I was just like, okay, Taylor, okay. She said here, but I've also learned there is no point in actively trying to quote unquote defeat your enemies. She revealed, trash takes itself out every single time. Now, y'all might think that she's just talking about in general things like that, but y'all know damn well she was talking about Kim and Kanye when she said the trash will always take itself out. Let's be very clear. So as far as like my opinion when it comes to like Taylor feeling like her career was like career death and that sort of thing. Listen, I think she might have felt that way, but obviously the reality was never going to be that. Let's be very clear. I'm surprised Taylor felt that way. I mean, I get it, the backlash, the snake emojis and all those different things, but it was also like, girl, like you also had a strong fan base. Like it still has a strong fan base. Like the people were streaming you. You were the number one artist in the world then and now. So it's like, I honestly don't understand why she would think that it would have been a career death. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Kanye was a big artist. Kim Kardashian is also big for her reasons. And, you know, their platform is also big. But I don't think that Kanye and Kim Kardashian's platform was big enough to take down a Taylor Swift. Well, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. So that was the part where I was just kind of like, that's a little bit too dramatic for me. Like, I get it. You feeling like you want to go to a foreign country. You don't want to be in the States right now because there's a lot of toxicity with the gossip and the you know, the blogs and the, you know, and the tabloids. That part I understand, her feeling like she can't trust nobody. Because let's be very clear. She, you know, when it comes to the situation, she was recorded without her consent. That is true. And it is illegal. So I'm surprised she also didn't take no legal action against Kim Kardashian when she did that shit. So whatever. That did happen. But I will say this though. Was Taylor Swift wrong for feeling the way that she felt in that situation? Yes. But I also felt like, and I said this before, I think in the previous video, I'm just like, listen, I feel like had Taylor before Kim Kardashian even came out with this recording, right? I feel like if Taylor would have came out and was just like, listen, I had a conversation with Kanye, right? He hit me up and he was just like, listen, I want to put you in a song. And he only told me about one particular verse. He didn't even show me the entire verse, okay? He didn't tell me about it, nothing. He didn't tell me about the I made the bitch famous part. He only told me that I wish, whatever. What was the lyric? I wish me and Taylor would still have sex or something like that. Had she came out clean about that, I don't think the backlash would have been what it was. But it was the fact that, like, she made it seem as if Kanye didn't come to her at all or, like, told her about the whole thing. I think that's the part where people kind of felt like, okay, she kind of lied. Because it's like, girl, like, he did call you. Like, let's be very clear. The only part where Kanye and Kim were dishonest about was they didn't tell her the full context of that verse, that song, and everything. So that's where they were wrong. And then on top of that, they recorded the phone conversation. So it's like, first, and here's another thing too that I don't understand with these like y'all recording full conversations with people that y'all claim that y'all cool with. I don't understand. If you felt like you didn't trust this woman, you didn't trust Taylor Swift or anything like that, and I'm talking about Kim and Kanye now. If they felt like they couldn't trust her, they there's something about her. First of all, why would y'all claim that y'all still cool with each other? And why would y'all even engage in a conversation with her to begin with? You know what I mean? Why even put her in a song if you feel like you can't trust this girl? You know what I mean? You still need that confirmation from her to be comfortable with the whole thing. That's the only part I don't like. It's like nowadays, it's like everybody wants to record everything and everybody wants to protect them, I guess, quote unquote, protect themselves if something were to arrive. And it's like, okay, like y'all made this fake ass, like, pretend kiss and makeup thing since the whole situation that happened in the VMAs 2009. Y'all made it seem as if y'all were cool now, only for y'all to go and record this girl because y'all didn't feel like y'all can fully trust her. So it's like, why even kiss and make up to begin with? Okay, if you thought that you couldn't fuck with her like that. So that's the only thing. That's the part that be annoying me. It's just like, y'all need to be honest with each other. If y'all not cool, then y'all not cool. Y'all don't have to do this like PR kind of thing where it's like y'all can just come out and be like, hey, like, we're cool now, we're friends, we're buddies and things like that. And y'all are recording with each other behind the scenes because y'all don't trust each other. Y'all don't know who's gonna pull the rug from underneath each other first. You know what I mean? But either way, y'all already know on this channel, I do not like Kim Kardashian. I do not like Kanye. Kim, shit. I mean, can we be honest? The one that really came out on top, especially we're talking about in 2023, is Taylor Swift. Like, come on. Like, she is the person of the year. She's on Time Magazine. She's, like, right now, Taylor Swift is getting the best PR, like, in a very long time, I would say. I mean, she's always had it. She's always had the fans. She's always had it. But it's like, the way the mainstream media is just like on the Taylor Swift train, like, oh my God, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like she's on the news 24/7. They're talking about her relationship. They're talking about her tours. The songs are selling. The album is selling. The re-recording of the masters is selling. She's winning out here. While Kanye is, I guess, canceled or something with what he's done with with his controversies. Kim Kardashian is grasping for straws. She's a clout chaser. You know what I mean? Just the other time, she reposted something about a Taylor Swift song that's for her birthday. So it's like, you can clearly tell that Kim Kardashian is thirsty. She's thirsty for attention, thirsty for a thing. And then on top of that, Kim Kardashian did all of this, recording and doing all these things just for her and Kanye to end up divorced. So all I'm saying is that Taylor really, honestly, while yes, at the time the backlash was bad, but if we're talking about overtime, Taylor is the one that came out on top of this whole thing. So it is what it is. And the fact that she called Kim Kardashian trash, you can tell that her and Kim do not like each other at all. Kim might try to leech off of Taylor, might try to, repost here and there a few of her songs, but overall, I don't see Taylor playing that game anymore. Like, I don't see her trying to do a PR, like, public image thing where it's like, oh yeah, me and Kim Kardashian are cool now since Kanye's out the picture. I don't see Taylor Swift doing that right now. I think that Taylor Swift is in a different space. But as far as like when it comes to Kim, I think Kim, I mean, listen, even though I don't like Kim, there is a part of me that feels like I kind of understand why she did what she did, because she wanted to defend her husband because her husband has gotten a bad rap, which a lot of it is Kanye's fault. And there's also, that's the father of her children, so she's trying to defend him. So I understand it. I understand why she did what she did and went on that whole campaign against Taylor. But, at the same time, when the pendulum switches, and y'all know, freaking Kim Kardashian is very reliant on public image, on PR, on making sure that the public like her so that she can sell her things, sell her business, do her thing. And right now Taylor Swift is hot and she made an enemy out of Taylor Swift. So now she's reposting songs and things like that, Taylor Swift songs. It looks a kind of way. So we'll see what happens to him. Well, I'll also be checking if Taylor Swift if Kim Kardashian responds to this. I'll be very interested in seeing that. Okay, like, she called her trash. She called her and Kanye trash. Kick those hoes, get those hoes out of my face. Okay, they're no longer popping as they used to be. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this whole situation. Child. Let me talk about Diddy first, and then I'll read his statement. So Puffy, aka Diddy, aka Brother Love, he's speaking out. Okay, let me tell you something. Diddy, Puffy, I just, for me, and someone said this. Someone, and this thing, and I'm about to read the statement. Well, you know what? Let me read the statement first. So I think it was like a fourth victim came out stating that Puffy allegedly sexually assaulted her and raped her, along with one of his others, one of Puffy's people in his entourage back in the, I think, early 2000s or the 90s. So I think this is the fourth person that's suing Puffy. So once that came out, this is what Diddy said. He said, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and the truth. Sean Diddy Combs." Someone said this on Twitter. They said, if Diddy was going to fight for his name, then why didn't he just go to court with Cassie when Cassie gave him the opportunity? Well, wait. And honestly, this right here, this statement right here, and shout out to this person, is a statement that basically solidifies where I'm at when it comes to Puffy. And you know, the more that I think about it, and someone said this, I'm forgetting his name. I was watching a podcast on YouTube. They said, why can't money be also considered justice, right? Because I remember when I made that second video when the whole settlement happened with Cassie, and I was just like, even though at that moment I felt like Diddy was guilty, but at the same time I was also a little bit disappointed because I was just like, man, y'all, you should have took this to court. You should have ruined this man. But the more I think about it as time goes on, and when that person made that statement that, you know, why can't money be justice? I think I honestly, more so now I'm starting to understand Cassie, understand these victims a little bit more. A lot more, I will say. Because at the end of the day, and it's so unfortunate because it's like I watch the ID Discovery Channel like when I have a free day, okay? I be seeing how these freaking like rapists, like these sexual molesters, like these crazy ass sexual deviants be out here just going around destroying their communities, their neighborhoods with the sexual assault, with the rapes, with the, and trigger warning if y'all hear any of these words, I apologize, but I need to be raw when it comes to this. And these people be getting freaking 2, 3, hell, 5, 10 years in prison. And then the justice system just lets them out. This is not only like a thing, this is a justice system thing. Like our judicial system stays failing us when it comes to, you know, the sexual deviancy that be happening within our society. Like there be like sometimes when I'll be looking at, I was just watching a documentary on the ID Discovery Channel. I think it was an episode. I think it was like the Freeway Killer or something like that. And this guy, mind you, had previously been to prison beforehand due to sexual molestation, sodomy. Like he went to jail for that. So then in my mind, I'm like, okay, this guy was sodomizing people, yet why is he out? Why did the justice system let him out? They be giving these people freaking 10 years in prison for sexual crimes. And I'm just like, I don't understand that. I feel like sexual crimes need to be on the same level as murder. Like, yeah, these people need to be in jail for the rest of their lives. One sodomy, like if you're out here sexually abusing people and that sort of thing, y'all need to be in jail for the rest of your lives. Y'all don't deserve freaking 5, 10, 20 years. No, 30 years. No. Spend the rest of your life there, sit your ass in jail, in prison, and think about what you've done with your life. So it's the same way how I feel about this. And it's just like, for me, and I know I went on a whole tangent with that. That thing pisses me off. Like, when I be watching these, like, serial killer, even like the one of them, what was it called? John Wayne Gacy. It's like he was another one too. Like, before he went on his killing sprees and things like that, he had a previous jail sentence that he had because he was sodomized. He sodomized a boy, a child, and they put him in prison, I think, and they put him in the mental institution for like a few years and let him go. I'm just like, what? Like, what? I'm sorry, y'all. But no, but going back to Diddy, I went on a whole tangent. I might do a video about that too. But no, I think, the same is said when it comes to Diddy. Like, I feel like Diddy can buy his way out in a lot of things. And that's what he did when he came to Cassie. And honestly, I see the same happening when it comes to these new victims. Here's my thing. Diddy did a great disservice to himself when he settled with Cassie. A great disservice. At the end of the goddamn day, I said this, I was talking to a family member about this. I'm like, if even me, as someone who doesn't have the same money and status as Diddy, if someone were to accuse me or my family member of some disgusting, satanic, demonic shit like that was in that lawsuit when Cassie filed, I'm sorry, no. I'm gonna make sure we prove it in court that I didn't do this shit. I don't give a damn how low I'm at. I don't give a... I'm not even on the same status as Diddy, and I would have fought through the entire way. I don't care about public opinion. I'm gonna prove my name in court that I'm innocent. This man said, I never seen a settlement and I don't even think it was 24 hours. I think it was just 12 hours afterwards when Cassie filed that's when he came out and paid her off. So to me, I'm just like, Diddy, well, yes, we need to keep saying allegedly, of course, allegedly. But at the end of the goddamn day, I still feel like Diddy is guilty of all the things that he's accused of. Every single one. The Cassie lawsuit, it was way too detailed. It was way too detailed for me, for it not to be true for me. And I think that Cassie had the receipts to back it up. I think that Cassie had witnesses. And I also think that Cassie probably knows a few of those alleged male prostitutes that Diddy hired to pimp her out. So I think that she would have had all of that in the bag, had them testify, and that would have looked crazy on Diddy. So Diddy claiming, oh my God, my reputation, my legacy, my family. Sir, you didn't care about none of that shit when you were out here doing some alleged sexual deviancy bullcrap. You didn't care about your family. You didn't care about your legacy. You didn't care about your reputation then. But now when shit is starting to hit the fan, and you out here looking like a villain, now all of a sudden your family, your legacy. Don't be surprised when Diddy pops out of here maybe in a month or two, holding a Bible in his hand. You know what I mean? Talk about God this and God that. Start going to church. Mind you, these people have never been. They don't go to church when they're at their highs, but when they're at the lowest, that's when they want to run to God and go to church. Listen, at the end of the day, if he was so guilty, and if he wanted to protect his legacy and his reputation, his image, he would have gone to court with Cassie and fought that thing through to the end. You should have fought her over that in court. But you settled in what, 12, 24 hours? Are you serious? And did you really think that people were going to look at you? And I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, the same thing with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson settled. Let's be very clear. At least Michael Jackson went to freaking court before he said, like, goddamn, like, at least go to court. Can we have like a couple of months, a few months in the freaking courts and trial before you talk about settlement? Sir, you settled in 24 hours. I ain't never seen no shit like that before in my life. So at this point, I suggest Diddy just settle with all these other victims, because it's like, you didn't care to fight then, so why do you care to fight now? Settle all these victims as you did before. because you clearly don't care. You know, at the end of the day, public perception of you is we look at you the way we look at you. I mean, I would look at you horribly then, but even now, so now, you know, my feelings about this whole thing is valid. When it comes to it, I just suggest you settle with these new victims. It is what it is. You settle with Cassie. Why not settle with these girls? But either way, I don't feel bad for Diddy. I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for Brother Love. And honestly, I'm going to keep my eye on this whole Keefe D situation when it comes to this Tupac trial. Because let me tell you something. If it comes out, allegedly, I don't know how true this is. If it comes out that Puffy allegedly has something to do with Tupac's death, allegedly, it's over for him. And honestly, it should be over for him when it comes to this whole sexual abuse stuff that's going on with him. But it's just, unfortunately, people care about the men that they do about the women. It's the society that we live in. It is what it is. But if it comes out that's, you know, any little thing that comes out about that, Puffy will see the wonder. Okay, so I mean, Diddy just needs to fight this out. You know, at the end of the day, he needs to fight this out and see what happens. So that's just my thoughts on that. We'll move on. Lastly, I want to talk about ArianaGrande. I want to talk about things a little bit more lighthearted. So I don't like this makeup on SZA. I don't know why she did this look. So I see that ArianaGrande is back in the studio, and you know, people are like hyping it up on Twitter. They're like, "Oh my God, SZA commented saying like, yes, like you in the studio again." So people are speculating that maybe they have a song together. I'm not gonna lie, I am interested to see what ArianaGrande has to say in the studio. You know, I do like me some ArianaGrande songs. Maybe she might talk about her current situation, what's going on with her post-divorce. You know, hopefully she gives us, I know she's going to give us a few bops here and there. And let's also see if SZA's going to be featured on the, I actually do think that Ari is about to have, well, then again, she's always been working with Victoria Monet. Victoria Monet's always, you know, someone said that ArianaGrande sometimes be keeping Victoria Monet in her basement so that she can write I'm sorry, so she can write a couple of her songs for her. But no, but yeah, who knows? I think Victoria Monet might be featured on this album. But I would definitely be here for a SZA song, a SZA featured on the ArianaGrande song. I want to hear how that sounds like. That'll be very interesting to hear. So, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Listen, SZA's having a great SZA's having a great year. Like I would say, like the people that are having amazing years right now, the three main girls: TaylorSwift, Beyonce, SZA. I say that those three, like 2023 is their year. Like a lot of positive press, a lot of great things, amazing tours, I heard positive reviews about. So those three women are just having amazing years. So, but yeah, I am interested to see what ArianaGrande has to say. Yeah, I already know ArianaGrande, you know, she got the vocals. ArianaGrande can blow. So, I'm definitely interested to see what she has to say. And hopefully the music is great. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. But y'all, please make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 700 subscribers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about these particular topics. Share the video if you care. Make sure that you also share my videos with family, friends. Spread the word. Ronnie Lipton YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to 700 subscribers. This goal is to get up to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.